Well, folks, if you saw the thumbnail, the news is true. I'm quitting YouTube, and this is the last video that'll be ever posted as JNCX Traxxas. Did I get you? Where'd that go? I don't know. Did I get you? Be honest. Did I really did get you? We're kind of quitting JNCX Traxxas. So this is actually an update video. I wonder if I got you. Tanner would hate me right now because it could be called, it's not clickbait, but a little bit. I don't know what you're talking about. But basically, we're going to be rebranding the channel. I started this channel with 3 RC cars. A Traxxas Slash, a Traxxas Bandit, and a Traxxas E-Revo. Nothing else. Nothing else RC anyway. That's not a $2 Walmart drone that can't get 5 feet off the ground. But I'm going to try to keep this video short. It's just a major update video. If you have been keeping track of the channel, we're not going to be called JNCX Traxxas anymore. It's going to be a different title and a different thumbnail. I'm going to be introducing you and breaking news about some stuff. So basically, let's start off with the one reason why I'm doing it. One, I'm changing the thumbnail picture because it looks horrible. For one, I have an old Hot Wheels set in the background, which looks horrible. I remember that video. I remember that day when I kept telling my mom 15 more minutes before I need to get my schoolwork done, because she was like, you need to get your school done. And I just needed to get this picture done and this intro and all this stuff to get this channel started, and I just didn't do school that day. That caught up to me that week because I had 3 days of school overdue because I did yesterday's school that day, and then that day was overdue. It was a mess. I ended up working on Saturday. It sucked. But it kind of started this whole franchise, so maybe it was worth it. But one reason I'm changing the profile picture is because I don't have 2 of those 3 cars anymore. I sold the Bandit because it was an absolute pile. Kind of. Back then it was. Because every time I drive it, something would go, and it would break. Rather, the rod would come out that keeps the tire straight. The tire would go like this. Or the caster block would break. Or it just was not very great. So I got rid of it. I sold it for $100 to this dude, and I felt bad giving it to him. I was very nervous because it looked destroyed. So, yeah. The Traxxas E-Revo doesn't fall far from the tree. One, because it's discontinued. You can't get any help from anyone when you don't know what you're doing. And it wasn't a very popular car, so you can't go up to YouTube and be like, hey, what the heck? The ESCs that they used were horrible. They'd always just break, and they'd be like, sleeping for 3 months, and then they wake up and be like, oh, I don't want to work. And they're totaled. You have to buy new ones, and they're like $100. My dad's motors always blow out, and they're just the best. The steering went out. The drive shaft went out. The tires locked up. It was a horrible car. I might rebuy one, but nothing more than $200 because I don't want to spend it if I don't have to. Other than that, I'd probably get a Sledge or that. So I sold the Revo. I had the Revo, and I've always wanted a Traxxas Max, and I've always done something else in it. I wanted a Traxxas Max when I had the E-Revo, the Bandit, and the Slash. Just keep in mind, I still have the Slash, and that proves to me that that car is the best car that Traxxas has ever made, is the Slash. I only have broken 3 parts on it, and I've had it since 2021. So, that thing's a tank. And one of the times I went and bashed the heck out of it at a skate park, and I just did a metal upgrade, and I don't think I'll ever break that again unless I drop it out of a plane. But I've always wanted a Traxxas Max, and this was the biggest rabbit hole for me when I bought it. So basically, I bought a Traxxas Max from this dude who his dad was in the army. He was trying to get rid of all of his cars. I did not have enough money to buy the V2, but a big deal breaker for me, this was 2 years ago, was the dude put the Sledgehammer tires on the V1 and took the Sledgehammer tires off of the V2. V2 was already too much money for me. It was $200, it was $500, I only had $300. So I said, and it was kind of beat up. So it was a Max V1, it was a red version. I think I have a picture of it. I'm not gonna edit this video, so I haven't made a video about it. And it was the biggest rabbit hole because I immediately was like, alright, I want to put the wide max on it before I knew much about it. I also realized you have to do a drive shaft upgrade, and I was so stupid. Every time the wheels would go every time I tried to do it because I thought the drive shaft was broken. I wanted to buy metal ones, but then I bought a metal set. Well, then I had the old metal ones I took out of it, and they still flopped around. And then I realized for 3 years, after trying to debate and find and all this stuff, will go into detail more, it was just a simple bearing that I didn't have because I was too like, oh no, that's not the problem, when I was trying to debate if I should buy $9 bearings off Amazon, when I ended up spending $100. And then I was like, I still want to get rid of it. This thing is just not what I wanted, and I shouldn't have bought it. But then I was like, what would be better, selling it and buying a V2, or can I make the V2 with this thing? And I did a bunch of research and added it all up and decided, well, we're gonna rebuild this thing and make it a V2, which you need a longer chassis, longer center drive shaft, which that was fun too because I bought half the wrong parts, and because eBay people don't know what they're doing. And again, it's gonna go more down into that video. I bought half the wrong parts, did it, and because I added up, it was about $150, which it really didn't. It came out to like $120 to rebuild it or resell it and spend like $500 and only get like $150 out of the max. And the crazy thing is, I only made $160 from that Revo, and if I could have sold it for what I thought what it was worth, not what I thought, it would have been about $400, and that's what they go for anyway. But the dude before me put a jacked amount of metal on it, so like everything was metal. That's another reason why I always broke, because it was so heavy it couldn't handle it on other points. So I had to eventually start taking some of that metal off. It was just a total mess. I just was like, sell it. I don't even care what I get for it. Put it for free. I don't even care. I hate this thing. But it was not the car. It was the car. It wasn't the brand, basically, if that makes sense. I still buy a new Revo because that thing was sick. But I think I'm more for a sledge now. So anyway, that video is coming soon for the Max. I don't know what I did there. I do, but I'm not telling you. So maybe I bought one, maybe I didn't. And then I also got a Traxxas Haas for Christmas too. I was really wanting a Max, but I'm glad I didn't get one because the Haas is just about as durable as the Slash, and I just discontinued it. But anyway, I'm also realizing I gotta do a lot of other stuff. I got a Traxxas drone for my birthday and a Traxxas boat. But the Traxxas boat I wasn't all for because it didn't have self-rightening, and the dude with UPS, which I've had bad history with, destroyed it. He broke it, and I was like, I could just buy a $10 part, but I'm just gonna send it back, and I bought another drone with it because that's how much I like the other drone. So I was like, okay, we got the drones now. It says it's still Traxxas. So, and then I got into boats and RC planes. I've always been into RC planes. I think they're so fun. I love the $50 ones on Amazon, which work kind of well. And but if I destroy them, then they're good. If you guys remember Derek, he's gone. The Blue Angel, he's gone. That thing was destroyed. I just got rid of it. Derek, I'm going to be rebuying in a better version though. As you saw the F-22, we still have that. I have an F-35 plane, which I'm probably going to be selling because it just doesn't fly very well. I literally have to fly it in perfect winds that are like dead. And up there, that's not possible. So I'm probably going to sell it and then buy the Derek with it, because the Derek is literally the exact same as the F-22 with the weight and the power, and just works. And eventually maybe I buy a big boy plane, but that's not huge, but maybe I get like the A-10 version because I really like that. But anyway, I don't want a professional plane. I just want a plane that's not huge, like the Bergina Cessnas. And then I just got into something really fun. DJI. DJI is one of the best drones you can get. They own 80% of the drone market. They're literally the king of drones. They own it, basically. There's nothing better. I hope you don't disagree with me, but you're disagreeing with some huge facts there. Maybe you've had bad experiences, but unfortunately, Trump banned them. So that sucks. But you can still buy a lot of them, except that you just can't get the newer ones. You can actually still get the ones they have on Amazon and all that. Because they get them refurbished. But if they come out with a new Mavic 5, you can't get it. So, that's the thing. But on 4th of July, I was like, I want a drone. I want a drone for my main channel videos. But I don't want to go buy a Mavic 2 Pro or a Mavic Air and all this stuff, and then not knowing what I'm doing and crashing it and wasting $2,000. Well, my dad gave me a Mavic 2 because he used to fly drones for solar companies, and he has about 6 of them. Because he says they work so well. So he crashed one, rebuilt it himself, and it totally works fine. So I was like, I'm not ready for that. So I was going to get the DJI Spark, because it's only like $100 used, and if I crashed it, shucky darns. But I also could get to learn it and not get a Walmart drone and crash it into a wall in 5 seconds. So, and then I was on 4th of July, I woke up and looked on Facebook Marketplace just looking for a spark, and I saw this DJI Mini 5 Pro, which is the newest drone by DJI in the mini form, and I was like, well, cool, probably a lot of money. I looked down at the price, $100. Dude, I was like, this is a scam, there's no way, but I was like, why as well message him. I messaged him like, hey, I'm super interested, please don't sell this, if you have it still, I'll buy it, like, I'll be down there in 20 minutes. He goes, oh yeah, man, alright, I'll get it ready. And I was like, no way, we're gonna go get shot in an alley. And I get it there, he comes in this t-shirt, it kind of felt like it was stolen, but maybe it's not. So I bought it on the spot, and it was super good, flew it, and it was just super easy, it just worked. The sensors didn't let me crash. If it loses connection, it will fly back home, all on its own. I can't run out of battery, because it will literally harass me to bring it back, and if I cancel it, with a certain percentage, it will come back on its own. There's nothing I can do to stop it. So I can't crash it basically unless the sensor doesn't see a tree branch, which I'm not going to be flying it there anyway. So then I took the Mavic 2 out and had a blast with that, and now I'm interested in a Mavic Air. So that's kind of the majority of the update. The Revo and the Bandit are gone, but now we have a Haas, a Rustler Ultimate. You know those because there's videos on the channel about them. But the new name for JNCX Traxxas is JNCX RCs. So I know that hopefully that's not weak after all that I did, but here's the new profile picture with the drones and the F-22 in the background, and I really hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one, and let's go fly some drones.